Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So guys, I want to kind of continue along that line that we've kind of been doing this week about summertime control work. Today what I'm going to talk to you about, dang these gnats, I'm telling you. What I want to talk to you about today is locating your coyotes. That's a big important part of doing summertime control work. You have to locate your coyotes. They're not going to just come strolling through just on a whim just because. Now, some of the things you need to know and understand, and we've kind of gone over some of this before in a couple of the other videos back a ways, is the family structure of a coyote, okay? As I stated before, there's 3 adults. There's the wet bitch. She's had the pups. There's the male. And then there is the surrogate female. The wet female runs the show, okay? You've got to do everything in your power to anchor her first. If you don't, everything you've done has just been for nothing, okay? Because if you go in there and you hook that male first, or if you hook that surrogate female first, and that old female goes woof woof and takes everybody on a road trip somewhere, she's headed off yonder way to another den that she's got maybe, a couple of miles over somewhere. Now you've got to go find them again. Okay? So it's very important to try to anchor her first. And that can be a tough chore sometimes. All right? The way you go in and you start to locate them. Number 1 is looking for tracks. All right? That's the biggest thing. Look for tracks coming and going. All right? They've got travel routes in and out of that den to where they're coming to, and those are what you want to look for. Not the one single track just cutting out across. You want the tracks coming and going both ways. The other way to locate them is go in there in the morning, and this is where a dog comes in handy. Again, I'm referring back to using a dog again. You guys are going to find out just how important having a canine with you really is. Go in there, do some howling. Take the dog with you, because if it happens to be a little bit windy, or if you're like myself and you're a little bit hard of hearing and you can't hear those puppy whines, or you can't hear that, those adults answer back, that's where your canine buddy comes in. They got a way better hearing than you and I do. You just got to pay attention to the body language is what they're trying to tell you. They'll point you in the direction of that den. Not only that, but like I said before, they'll pick up a lot of scent stations for you along that travel route that you would never, ever find. Okay? So those are things you have to do. You have to locate that den. And then you need to stay off of the den to start with. But find those travel routes to where they're coming and going to and from it. Okay? Don't go right up in there and rush right into the den, because if you do, you're going to blow them out. Plain and simple, you're going to blow them coyotes out of the country, and then you got to go find them again. Control work is a whole different ball of wax to fur trapping. Now, I understand there's a lot of you guys that are just getting into this, and there's a whole bunch to learn. And the only one that's going to teach you this kind of stuff is Wiley himself. He's the only one that's going to show you what you need to know, and you're going to bump a bunch of them out of the country. You're going to blow it. I mean, it's going to happen. There's no way around it when you're just starting out in this game. Hell, I still do it every now and then. That's why I don't do control work very often. It's hot. It's dry a lot of times. It's not fun by any stretch of the imagination. I shouldn't say I don't enjoy it, because I do, because it's, you're almost like a part of a CSI kind of thing, going in there and doing a crime investigation, but, and piecing the puzzle together. But it's not an enjoyable thing by any stretch of the imagination. The other thing is putting in the sets to anchor that female first. And what I try to do there is start off with urine post sets, flat sets. Gland lures are going to become your friends. Snares, trail sets are going to become a huge asset to you, as I stated before in another video. You're going to come to rely on snares, cable restraints, and trail sets, blind trail sets, more than you ever will anything else, especially this time of the year. if I can hold off, if they're not causing problems, if they're not killing livestock, that sort of thing. I like to hold off until like late July, early up August, even into late August and early September, when those pups are big enough for the old man to take them on a road trip with him. Okay? Then you got a chance at all of them all at once. Going in there now, this time of the year, a lot of those pups, especially up here in the northern regions, a lot of those puppies are still at the den. And they're either with the surrogate or they're with the old female, one of the two. Somewhere along the line, there's got to be a babysitter stay there. So if you can hold off up here, especially in the northern part of the country, if you can hold off until later on in the year, you're going to have a lot better success and a lot better chance at all of them versus just having one or two of them. And then, like I said, her going woof woof and taking everybody on a road trip and moving dens on you. It's going to work out a lot better for you. So, guys, this is just tip of the iceberg. I'm not going to get off into the whole deal of it because it's just way too much to try to cover this way. And again, as I've stated before, there's just some things that, folks around here just don't need to know. So, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to watch. I really, really do. I appreciate everything you're doing for this channel. Man, I couldn't be happier. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.